Hey, Ryan here, and today I'm going to talk to you about how you can get more leads from LSA by setting up multiple pages. Why would you want to set up multiple LSA pages? Well, the reason why is because of the fact that when you do, you can actually increase the number of leads that you want to get for each of those job types. I'll give you an example. So let's say you're an attorney and you know all the job types under the main category of personal injury. Okay, so there's the category of personal injury, and under that, LSA identifies different job types that you identify as whether or not you want to get leads from them or not. So that would be like dog bites, medical malpractice, workers' compensation, car wrecks, motorcycle accidents, etc. So each of those are examples of job types. So you can turn those on or off depending on whether or not you want to get those type of leads.
Okay, I'm in the MCC account or the master client account that we manage and maintain for all of our clients. So we've got multiple different clients here with their CID numbers listed below. And I'm just going to go into one of these accounts, this one right here, so that you can actually see what we do in the profile and budget section in order to identify a service area, which you guys can do as well. This is not rocket science, but I want you to understand why we actually set up multiple LSA pages for one Google Business Profile page, why we would set up multiple LSA pages for an attorney, for example, that takes, let's say, personal injury along with criminal law. One of the reasons is because we can separate out the budget. What's nice is that this is one page, okay? But if we wanted to have one page for criminal law and then another page for personal injury, we could set an average weekly budget for each one of those separately. Another thing that we could do is we can also identify a different service area. And you might ask, well, what does that matter? Well, you might take cases for one job type that's the entire state, for example, and the other job type you might only want to be within a certain area. And this allows you, by the way, to increase the volume of leads that you get for one particular case type versus another. So this allows you to have a lot more flexibility in terms of what you want to budget your money for, and also what service area you want to set as your service area for that particular job type. If you had both job types or both case types under one page, under one LSA page, you would have to identify a service area for both of those case types, and that would limit your flexibility there, okay? The other thing that you can do is you can identify a specific title that is in alignment with that particular job type. For example, if it's personal injury, you could say Alex, XYZ attorney dash personal injury firm. As long as that is identified, that name is identified on your documents that you submit with the state, as long as you have a DBA as well. The other thing that you can do is you can identify a specific website that is different for a personal injury firm and send them to a different landing page for a PI firm, or for your PI landing page versus your criminal landing page. Okay, so you can be much more specific and therefore track your cases differently, and you can identify it or add a different trackable phone number. So you can very specifically separate out the number of leads that you're getting for PI versus criminal, for example. So I hope that makes sense. You can also turn on message leads for one versus the other, or general search query leads for one versus the other, okay? And you can even identify different business hours for one versus the other, okay?
There's a right and a wrong way to set these pages up. So what needs to be done is you need to connect one GBP page to multiple LSA pages. GBP is Google Business Profile. What you would do, for example, if a client wants to get PI, which a recent client of ours wanted to do, they want to get a bunch of PI, personal injury, and they also want to get a bunch of med mal. Okay, they want to get a lot of medical malpractice cases as well. Because what was happening is all of their budget was being spent on medical malpractice, and they were not getting any personal injury leads at all. This happens because there's one budget that both of those job types are pulling from. So what we did for him is we set up two pages, and what will happen now is that we can set a separate budget for medical malpractice and keep that separate from PI. Otherwise, what happens is the entire budget gets eaten up with medical malpractice because there's many more leads available for med mal or medical malpractice than there are for PI. So all the budget is eaten up by medical malpractice. So that's one of the main reasons why you want to separate the pages out. Additionally, it allows you to identify how much money you're spending on each of those separate verticals. And this, again, this applies to a lot of different verticals, guys. So call us up, let us know if you have any questions about this, because we can tell you if this applies to your industry. This is really important, guys, and I hope that you understand, why we're even bringing this up, or why I'm bringing this up, Paul. So 3 reasons really to set up 2 separate LSA pages. One, so that all your budget is not used for one job type that actually has a ton of leads for it, and you can actually more specifically set up the budget and limit the budget for that job type versus another one that you might want to get more of, okay? So you don't spend all your budget on just one job type. Number 2, it allows you to be more specific in terms of who you're calling out or what you're using as your title for your LSA page. And then number 3, it really allows you to identify very specifically, where you're spending your money. So I hope this makes sense. Let me know if you got any questions. You can text me on my cell phone, 619-304-5155. Again, 619-304-5155. And let me know if you got any questions. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.